trials. So our 2-week cycle is the last week in June, first week in July. You know, July 4th is the 4th. That certainly complicates that second week, and I know it will be difficult to schedule that week, but certainly we are having trials as scheduled that the prior weekend, you know, in theory, in the week of July 4th. But there are no cancellations, certainly not the very first week. We're planning on having a full scheduled trial, just so everybody knows that. I don't know where that rumor came from, but when I saw it come on an official, on a motion, somebody filed and said, we'd like to continue because we've heard you're not going to have any trials anyway this cycle. So I just wanted to make a general announcement so everybody understands that. We're just proceeding as normal. So with that, Mr. Heath. Very good.
Your Honor, I'm still working on the discovery on this case. I've been in close contact with the state with regards to this case in this county. This case has a companion case in Bay County, as well as another civil case here in Okaloosa County. It's somewhat complicated. It doesn't seem that way on the face with this charge in your court, Your Honor. However, because of those other 2 cases, I'm having to work them all simultaneously, and I'm respectfully requesting one more cycle to try and see where I am.
Very good. State?
Your Honor, that was what Mr. Heath and I spoke about, and the state does agree with the continuance.
Very good. So we'll continue this matter until August 12th.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have before the court this morning. May we excuse.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Mr. Skavatsky? I thought I saw maybe had an order that was signed, a continuation.
Well, Your Honor, I was one of the ones that
Yeah, you were. I made a note of it. You were the one I was referencing. Sorry. I mean, I wasn't trying to point anybody out, but I just wanted to make sure everybody understood we had trials going this cycle. I wasn't mad about it.
I wasn't aware until I spoke with the sharpest last, I guess, Friday or Thursday. My client is Elizabeth Damron. She was in the courtroom. She's not. She's present in the courthouse, but there's a waiver of presence. So, Your Honor, this case may well resolve, but at this point in time, we cannot commit to the court that it would not be a trial, at least on one of the counts, one of the cases. Ms. Sharpless represents the state on one case, Ms. Bosaw on another. And so...
where are we at with this? Because we're...
Close to...
one of the cases, we're 2.5 years out. Another case, we're over a year. Of course, that's, start...
Certainly. Part of the delay was the competency issue, the court may recall.
Right.
So, once again, I think the case may resolve, but if we're to be tried, I don't...
So are we looking at maybe this being the last continuance? Either we're going to...
Yes, sir.
Okay. State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you speak for Ms. Bosaw as well for the state?
I do have Ms. Bossow's notes, Your Honor, and she did state that she would stipulate to a continuance on her case. I will stipulate to a continuance also on my case. And yes, Your Honor, this will be the last continuance on both of these cases.
So we'll continue this matter until 8/12, August 12th at 9 a.m. And we'll just make a note that it'll be...
Is that your pretrial conference or a docket day, or is that...
Pretrial is 8/12.
And the trial date would be...
Trial date would be the week of August 26th or the September 3rd.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
So the last week of the first week of September.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Mr. Patel.
Good morning, Judge. I'm also covering for Mr. Browning. If I can handle his case first.
You want to do this first?
Yes, sir.
Hold on a second.
Jay Patel on behalf.
Hold on just a second. Let me find that one. I don't have one. Mr. Browning?
Yes, his client's last name is Jordan. First name is Kyle.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Thank you. What is the name?
Last name Jordan. First name Kyle. But the last name could be Kyle, the first name could be Jordan, if that's available.
Okay, give me a case number. Do you have a case
I
number?
don't have one.
Do you have a case number, Counsel?
24 CF 448.
48. And it's Jordan is the last name?
I understand it to be Jordan, first name is Kyle.
Okay.
He's asking for a continuance, his first time up.
State,
The state has no objection, Your Honor.
this is the first time up, the court will grant the continuance till 8/12.
First one I have, Judge Jay Patel on behalf of Joshua Arenas, 23 CF 1722. I've had to reset the depositions. They're set for 7/24.
Okay, the depositions are 7/24.
Yes, Judge, so if we can set that for the August pretrial date.
Very good. We'll come back August 12th.
Next, Judge Jay Patel on behalf of Kenneth Gerard. We can set this for docket day for a plea.
Very good. So we'll come back on let's see,
June 17th.
June 17th. We get all my dates ready. Very good.
Next, Judge Jay Patel on behalf of Barda Goodman, 24 CF 534. We can set this for docket day for a
Okay.
plea.
Come back on docket day, 6/17,
Yes, sir.
9 a.m.
And finally, Jay Patel on behalf of Devin Henry Johns. And Judge, we need to continue this. Both the state and I agreed that the law enforcement officer wasn't in the best position to answer the specific the communications relating to the specificity of the electronic communications. So
So
we
you need
both,
to have another discovery, another deposition.
and we're moving it to the sheriff's office, so she'll have all that information there.
Okay. Does it look like this will kind of conclude your discovery? I'm asking, is this going to be a last?
What-
You think?
I don't know that we're last, but we're certainly getting toward the end. Frankly, both the state and I didn't anticipate the deputy really needing to see all this information that can't leave the sheriff's office.
Okay. State?
Your Honor, that was Ms. Basso's note to me, was that there are some, she was expecting a continuance, but there are some depositions that need to be done.
Okay, so we'll continue until 8/12. The only thing I would ask is if you can, when you come back on 8/12, that you'll kind of give me something definitive. I'm not saying it's the last that we're going to trial, but try and have something definitive about kind of where the case stands, because we're moving into a year and a half out, so we're trying to.
I understand.
You know how it goes. We're trying to move.
I have nothing further, maybe excused?
Thank you. Have a good day. Mr. Stewart?
He's with Judge Brown.
Okay. Ms. Merrifield,
Morning, Your Honor.
you going to do Mr. Flaherty's first?
I believe they're all under the same today.
Okay, hold on a second, let me get this. Okay,
The first case is Tiara Allen and 24 CF 732. There's a waiver on file. I'd like to leave her set for docket day for plea or continue.
okay.
It was 6/17, right, Judge?
6/17 is correct.
Thank you. Then I have Joseph Benison, 23 CF 2171. I'd also like to leave this one set for docket day for plea or continue. I've got some additional information that I'm trying to gather, but just to keep the case tracking and moving, I think it should be set for docket day.
Very good, we'll set it for docket day 6/17.
You said plea or continue?
Clear, continue.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
The next case, Judge, is Robert Bolton and 23 CF 2153, waiver on file. I'd also like to set this one for docket day for plea or continue.
Okay. Hopefully some of these will be pleas.
That's my anticipation, Judge. Next is Kyle Chapman and 23 CF 1015. There is a waiver on file. I recently provided some reciprocal discovery to ASA Sharpless. We've talked about this case multiple times. I think at this point, we do need one final continuance so that she can review that material. It was pretty voluminous. She has reviewed it, but she needs to give it a second pass. So I would request the 8/12 pretrial
You all
date.
did announce that last time.
We did, Judge. The material had been provided. ASA Sharpless didn't have an opportunity to review that and to also staff it with their supervisors and speak to the officers. So we would ask for one last continuance to do so. If we are able to get this case resolved, we do
can
plan
move
on
it up.
moving it up to a miscellaneous date.
Okay. Last continuance,
Yes, sir.
8/12. Last.
Thank you, Judge.
Minutes reflect that. Can we get that, Ms. Sharpless?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Dugas?
Yes, Lindsay Dugas and 24 CF 489, there is a waiver on file. I'd also like to set her for docket day. This one will resolve.
Okay,
And Your Honor, that was Ms. Basso's note as well.
very good. We'll come back on 6/17 for docket day.
The next case is Alexander Edwards and 23 CF 2081. There is a waiver on file. I am asking for a continuance in this case. I don't believe that the state has any objection. There was a vast amount of discovery. We discovered that there was a good chunk we didn't have. So in an abundance of caution, ASA Sharpless has provided us with all of the links again so that we can make sure we have all that information to digest and set depots.
So do we have a waiver on file for Mr. Edwards?
There is a waiver on file, yes, Judge.
Yes,
It was
Your
filed
Honor.
in September.
Okay. So we'll continue this till next cycle, 8/12?
Thank you, Judge.
Very good.
And then the last case I have is Anicia Gines, 23 CF 423. Ms. Gines is present, Judge, and I would request to approach.
You may.
This is Jessica's.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Congratulations, Crestview's very own Dixie Dan Powell of Powell Injury Law, for your recent jury verdict of $11.5 million for your client from a death and injury against an inflatable amusement company. Recognized in 2017 as one of the top 100 civil trial lawyers in the state of Florida, and Dixie is AV preeminent rated. Dixie Dan Powell works tirelessly for his clients, as is evident by this extraordinary verdict. If you're taking your case to trial, be prepared. Contact Dixie Dan Powell and Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667.
Cyclone Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
So based on a conversation with counsel, we will continue this matter until August 12th.
I believe that's all I have today, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ms. Reed?
Hi, good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Are you covering for Mr. Cotton?
I am, yes, Your Honor. I don't have any cases before the court, so
Okay.
it will just be Mr. Cotton's cases.
Very good.
The first case I have, Your Honor, is Pedro Alonso. That is 23 CF 1559. Your Honor, that is going to be a PTI with a plea. I have everything signed, however, I think there was some miscommunication, so Mr. Alonso's not here today, there's a waiver on file. If we could just bring him back on docket day so that the plea can be entered and he can go into, and then he can have a meeting with Ms. Veras.
Very good. So we'll come back on 6/17 for a plea.
Perfect, 6/17 for plea, yes. The next case, Your Honor, I have is Houston Ellis Senior, and that is 24 CF 197, and I believe that's going to be dismissed by the state.
The state filed a null pros on 6/5, Your Honor.
Very good.
Okay. Next, Your Honor, is Tira Porn Dawkins, that is 24 CF 11. Your Honor, we're asking for a one-cycle continuance. We have deposition set in this case on July 29th.
This is a recent case. The court will continue until 8/17.
Okay.
8/12.
That's 8/12, Your Honor?
8/12.
Okay. All right. Your Honor, the next case is Gary Lee Dawkins, the co-defendant to the case I just announced. That's 24 CF 12. Same thing, Your Honor, deposition set for July 29th, so asking for a one-cycle continuance.
Very good.
Okay. And there are...
8/12. Do you all anticipate this being the only round of depositions? I mean, is this the first, or is this kind of what?
This is the first round of depositions in this case, Your Honor.
Okay, so based upon what comes out of it, you guys will figure out where to go with it?
Yes, I think so, Judge.
Okay, very good.
And there are waivers, Your Honor, on all of these cases. I
Thank you.
forgot to announce that. I apologize.
That's all
The
right.
next case, Judge, is Frederick Ronald Forte, Forte, that is 23 CF 2881, and I believe that has been dismissed by the state.
That is correct, Your Honor. It was filed on 6/5.
Okay.
Very good. Court will note the null pros.
Moving on, Your Honor, to Leanne Anderson, 23 CF 1618, waiver of appearances filed. Judge, we have a motion to suppress set for 8/15 in that case. Do you want to use that?
When is this scheduled for?
August 15th for the motion to suppress. Would the
Okay,
court
I mean,
like to
that's the
use
day
that?
before, well, that's the thing. If you've already got a motion to suppress, let's just go with that. Let's not put it on the pretrial,
Right.
because we already know what's going on. You don't have to announce you're going to
Yes, Your
have
Honor.
a motion in 3 days, so.
So we'll use the 15th, August 15th is also the pretrial
Okay,
as well.
that's a pretrial?
No, I'm saying that we can use the motion to suppress date also as the
Sure,
pretrial?
and
Okay.
we'll at least know where we're going, just to make sure that when we have that, to remember to set it for another date to make sure we get it.
Yes, Judge, I'll put it in the notes.
We're
from
moving
Mr.
it, so the motion to suppress is on 8/16.
Okay. Next case I have, Your Honor, is David Brian Bratton, 23 CF 631. Your Honor, this case, we are waiting a full forensic download of the cellular telephone device that was seized. Apparently that takes quite a while. So we are asking for a one-cycle continuance, and I don't believe there's an objection from the state.
There's no objection from Ms. Basso, Your Honor.
Okay. Again, I know you're here
Yes, Judge.
representing, and you're here representing Ms. Basso, but I still got to ask the question. Ms. Basso and Mr. Cotton announced that was the last continuance. I'm just trying to make sure, I mean, I'll continue, obviously, I'm not going to force a trial when they're not, these are complicated cases, but I don't want
Right.
to say last and
I
not
understand,
at least
Judge.
be asking the question, what's going on?
Your Honor, I don't...
Did you anticipate something that didn't happen, or?
Judge, I think it's about the metadata for the full forensic of the download of the cellular device that was seized as a part of this case. That's different from a standard forensic, and apparently a full forensic really gets into kind of a lot of other search terms that I think will be very relevant, and I know that that may affect also the plea negotiations between Ms. Basso and Mr. Cotton as well.
So so have you received this download, or do you
No,
anticipate getting it here in the next month or so that the next cycle, we can really get some, at least idea of when there will be a resolution one way or another, or go to trial?
I mean, Judge, I would imagine it wouldn't take more than 4 to 6 weeks to do a full forensic.
Okay, so what I would ask, and
Yes,
if
Judge.
you'll make a note for Mr. Cotton and Ms. Basso, I want to know where we're going next time.
Okay, yes, sir.
I'm not going to announce the last and then come and jump it again, but to know the definitive of what we're doing. When are we going to trial? We said, at some point, fish or cut bait. That's okay.
You're right, Judge.
I want to make sure you guys get all your discovery, but
Right.
Yes, Your Honor.
I want to see where this case is going on 8/12.
Okay, yes,
Okay.
Judge. Judge, the next case I have is Mr. Mario Aguirre Lopez, that is 21 CF 680. Judge, this is an older case. We are waiting on the autopsy from the medical examiner's office. We almost had an agreement, then the victim passed away, and so that has significantly changed the circumstances. So we need the cause and manner of death to see how the state's going to proceed forward and whether that will elevate the charges in any way.
And do you have some idea of when that autopsy will be provided? That's something that we don't normally, I don't hear this one very.
Right.
So, is this like months, weeks, days?
The state has been in touch. This happened in Mississippi, not in
Oh,
Florida, so
that
there,
complicates matters.
therein lies the
Do
problem.
they have autopsies in Mississippi?
They say they do. We're trying to get a death certificate at least at this point because it's taken so long, so we're actually reaching out to family members to see if we can get a death certificate or something that might speed this case along.
With at least some sort
I
of.
mean,
proven finding of cause and
you don't
manner.
have like a definitive that they passed, the victim has passed away?
There were, because we're on the record, suspicious circumstances, so we can't, and it's an open and active investigation in the state of Mississippi, so they will not share their police report or
Gotcha.
even their preliminary results with
Okay,
the state right now.
That makes sense. Okay, so we'll just continue to 8/12.
Okay.
Just try and get me enough, kind of more
Absolutely.
definitive update, but you can't control what's going on out of state, so we understand.
Understood. The last thing for Mr. Aguirre Lopez is I submitted to the state a bond modification order to remove the GPS monitor. Ms. Sanders had the opportunity to review that. There is no objection, so we're going to submit that through the portal for the court signature.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, just for the record, a stipulation does not automatically lead to an order, but
I understand, Judge.
in this case, based upon what the motion is, we're okay with it.
Okay. Moving on to Ricardo Von Hewitt, that is 23 CF 2834. I believe that's going to be dismissed by the state judge.
Yes, Your
Tell
Honor.
me again, what's the case number?
23 CF 2834.
Von Hewitt?
Von Hewitt. Yes, Judge.
I don't have that on my side.
Oh, H-E-W-I-T-T.
There you go, Ricardo, I've got Ricardo Hewitt.
Oh, okay.
That's all right. I was trying to find the right one. Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Judge, I believe that case is going to be dismissed by the state.
That's correct, Your Honor, based on the request of the victim.
Court will note the null process.
Okay. And finally, Your Honor, the last case I have is Taylor Freemuth, that is F-R-E-I-M-U-T-H, 24 CF 229. I believe that they are setting depositions in this case, Judge, so we're asking for a one-cycle continuance
This is a relatively new case, the court will grant the continuance.
to the 8/12 court date.
8/12, correct.
Okay. And Judge, that concludes my business before the court. May I be excused?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, yes, thank you. Y'all have a nice day.
Mr. Rare?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
For the record, David Rare, and Judge, all my cases are co-counsel with Mr. Lupella, so alphabetically, they'll all be listed by Lupella. The first I have, Judge, is Jay.
Hold on a second, let me get
Sure.
there. Go ahead.
The first I have is Mr. Jay Burns. We have depositions set for July 12th in this case, so I'd ask to move this out to the 8/12 pretrial.
Do you anticipate those being kind of concluding the depositions?
I think so, Judge. There's state
We're
depositions.
over a year out now.
Right, those are state depositions of reciprocal witnesses, so I'm expecting that'll be the last run of depos needed before moving forward.
Are you ready to announce this will be the last continuance?
Your Honor, the state's ready to announce this will be the last continuance.
That's fine, Judge.
Okay, court will note that it'll be a last continuance, ask the clerk to do that. Put that in the notes, and we'll continue this till 8/12.
The next, Your Honor, I have is Marilyn Cameron, and Ms. Cameron is present, and she's approaching, Your Honor. We've reached an agreement with the state where she would enter a plea to the lesser charge of petty theft and enter the diversion program, PTI. Can I approach?
You may. Thank you. Okay. Ms. Cameron, would you raise your right hand, please? I need to ask you a few questions. Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Okay. So I heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement. I was just looking through it quickly. I see you've signed it. Just want to make sure, have you read this closely and gone over it in detail with your attorney? And you understand that this pretrial intervention, that if you complete this, obviously your charges will go away, but if you don't, you're going to come back, you're going to have to face these misdemeanor charges. Do you understand that? Okay. You understand you're waiving the right to go to a trial in order to resolve this today? You willing to do that? Okay. Very good. Based upon that, the court will accept the plea. No contest to the sentence will be deferred, entering a pre-trial intervention agreement as noted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your Honor, next I have on the docket is Eric Hansen. And Judge, I'm speaking with the state regarding this case. It's a new case. I believe it's first time up, asking to move this out to 812 pretrial for status.
Very good. Court will continue this to 812. This is a new case.
And then last I should have on the docket, Judge, is Mr. James Harden. Judge, we've done several depositions already in the case. We intend to file a motion for reconsideration to depose the alleged victim in the case based upon the results of the deposition we've already conducted. In order to have time to do that, I'd ask to move this out to the 812 pretrial, and we'll have that filed scheduled before then.
State.
Your Honor, Ms. Fawcett was expecting that continuance, so the state does not object.
Very good. Court will continue this till 812.
And that's all I have, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Shaw. You going to do your cases first, or?
Yes, Judge. Roy Delano Austin, 23 CF 1200. We have a motion to suppress hearing that's actually set on July 10th already.
Hold on a second here. Is this one under your name?
Yes.
Austin?
Austin, A-L-S-T-O-N.
I don't have that on my document under your name.
It's set for a motion to suppress July 10th. That may be why it's not on there. I'm not sure.
No, okay. Very good. So July, it's on for August 10th, or did you say July 10th?
July 10th.
Okay, July 10th. Just make sure that we get it set, going forward, and we don't forget to, based upon what's going on with the suppress hearing.
Unless something pops up big in those depots that I don't anticipate, I think it's ready to go.
Continues still 812.
Patrick Singh, Romax, 23 CF 14, and the PR case with the 23 PR 44. We'd like to leave that set on next week, or we anticipate to leave on that.
Very good. Continues still 617 for.
Next case, Judge, under my name is Cameron Christian Sharindia, 22 CF 87. That is the case that Mr. Patel took over for Mr. Reed. The court may recall we had to have a hearing transcribed, and now we have the deposition transcribed. I don't think we need to take any further depositions. However, after having read everything, we anticipate needing to consult with our expert with regard to the
So you're anticipating, what's the motion that has to be refiled?
Motion is pressed, Judge, on, it was previously filed, but we don't have it yet.
Your Honor, that was Ms. Bosco's understanding. She had stated that the motion needs to be set between her, the defendants, and Ms. Van Boxel as soon as possible, so it be heard. We can have a scheduled date.
So if you'll please contact my office, not today, obviously, because everyone's crazy today, but try and set that up in the afternoon. It does need to be coordinated with Ms. Van Boxel.
We'll do
So we'll continue this, keep it on the pretrial docket for 8/12.
Thank you, Judge. Next case is Robert Leroy Engelkens, that's 23 CF 2169. I took another round of depots last week, Judge, and I have now filed a specific discovery request to the state. I think we put that on 8/12. It's pretty close to being done.
State?
Your Honor, that Ms. Basso stated that that's correct. She did get a request for additional discovery, and she says it's being handled and it will get to them before the next pretrial.
Okay. Don't have the discovery request get to them, but get it to them so that they can make some progress before the next
Yes, Your Honor.
pretrial.
That's right.
We'll continue this till 6/12.
Thank you, Judge. Next case is Nathaniel Fannin, that's 23 CF 1505. With Mr. Fannon's case, that's one I've been dealing with Mr. Lasco on. I do anticipate a resolution. We have been on docket day. I have, but I want to relate to the court that Mr. Lasco did reply to my emails over the weekend. I saw it this morning that he'd like to leave it on for a plea or continuance but
We'll just put it on for docket day and we'll see where it goes.
Thanks, Judge.
Okay. But it was the last announcement last time.
I believe it's resolved, so I'm not sure why it was going to be a P or C. But, John Geiger is the next case, Judge, 23 CF 695. We had, on this one, we had announced that it was going to be the last one. I've spoken with Mr. Lasco. It appears, and we've both, I had drafted a motion to continue it already, but Mr. Lasco was in trial last week and never got to initial it. On Mr. Geiger's case, it's my understanding Mr. Lasco is not available for trial the second trial week, which is and he's booked up the first trial week. If, maybe we approach. Can we approach? Sure.
Hello, I am Bonnie from Body Be Healthy here in Crestview. We have been serving the area since 1999. We're an alternative health food store. If you're interested in bettering your health, we'd like to invite you to stop by. We're located in Court Plaza. Stop by and let us help you be healthy.
I'm Amanda Gaskin with Pretrial. Helping qualified heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
For more than 70 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs has permeated the downtown area. If you have not experienced the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs, then I encourage you to join us for lunch. Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m., Friday from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We're located in historic downtown Crestview at 107 North Main Street. Call 850-683-1045.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999. We're state licensed and insured, family owned and operated with 24 years of local service. We specialize in shingles and metal, re-roofs, repairs, and leak specialists. For all of your roofing needs, call us today or visit our website at cqroofing.com. CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
Man, I got this. Let's roll.
Fight fire with fire, take one.
Have you been injured in an accident and need righteous representation? Call us.
So we'll continue this till 6/17, till next week.
Damn thing ain't working. Whoa! Not cool, bro.
I'm Attorney Coy Browning, personally.
Next case, Your Honor, is Kristen Lee Hawkins, 24 CF 222. Depots are currently set for August 8th on Ms. Hawkins' case, so if we can go to the 8/12, that'd be fine.
This is a new case, so we'll come back on 8/12.
Correct. John Edmund Holmes is the last case, Judge, 23 CF 454. With Mr. Holmes' case, I anticipate a resolution on that one on docket day, so we'll put it on next week.
Come back on 6/17 for a plea.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I had.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Mr. Weinstock? Morning, Mr. Weinstock. Can you hear me?
Very well.
Good.
Yeah, here I'm representing Justin Shane Brown, 23 CF 2207. Mr. Brown, are you here? I have a plea signed by him and signed by everybody. Unfortunately, my client lives
So
in...
why don't we just pass over this and you try and figure out where he's at and get him up here so we don't have to go pick him up. You say you got a plea agreement ready to go?
Plea agreement ready
Well,
to
tell him to, call him and tell him, we'll let you pass for a little bit.
Well, he's in Texas.
You know he's in Texas?
Well, he lives in Texas, I should say. I spoke to him on Friday. He said he'll be here.
Well, then try and call him. I'll pass over this. I don't want to
All right,
do
I'll do that right now.
a capious because he doesn't show he's got a plea. Okay? Caswell? Ms. Caswell.
Good morning. The only
Good
case I
morning.
have, Your Honor, today is the State of Florida versus Benny Richardson. It's a homicide case. Co-defendant is represented by Mr. Durrell. He's approaching the lectern. He filed, there was an understanding that Mr. Watson was going to go to trial first, and then the other co-defendants would go to trial afterwards, but he's filed a motion to suppress, so.
So what's the other case? The
Adrian
co-counsel?
Watson is who I represent, Your Honor.
Watson? Gotcha.
Yes, Your Honor, and then the other co-defendant is Snowden.
And this is Richardson is the co-defendant of Watson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And, Your Honor, we believe that the motion to suppress that I filed is dispositive, most likely as to all of the co-defendants.
It's deposit, is it?
No, the state attorney said that, is that if the motion to suppress is granted.
If it's
as to
granted, yeah.
Watson,
Yep.
then it will.
Sure.
It'll preclude, well.
No.
being able
That's
to-
the way he said it, it was dispositive. It may not be dispositive unless it prevails. Anyway,
Yes, sir.
I understood what you meant.
Yes.
Okay. The only reason I'm hesitating a little bit is that both of y'all announced this was the last time was the last continuance, but now you've got a motion to continue.
Yes, Your
Has
Honor.
has it been scheduled?
Actually, that's the reverse, Your Honor, with all due respect, is last time we said ready for trial and the state attorney was asking for a continuance. And the court said, okay, you'll grant a continuance for the state the last time, and then you said that one of the co-defendants will go to trial. Well, then the co-defendant that was selected for trial was Adrian Watson, but Adrian Watson's attorney has filed a motion to suppress. So
Well, I
that's-
understand that, but he didn't announce it last time that he was going to file a motion. I'm not going to
Yeah.
force you all to go to trial if you got a motion to suppress. I just want you to actually follow up when you say it's last. If you announce last and you come back and you don't you have something, I'm gonna be asking you about it.
Yes,
That's what's fair. I mean, I've gotta move my cases. Don't take it
Your
personally.
Honor, when I was preparing for trial, I identified an issue that I had previously not identified, so
Gotcha.
of course I have to follow through on it.
Absolutely. So, has it been scheduled?
It has not, Your Honor. I filed it Friday.
Okay. So, please get with my office and schedule it as soon as we can get it on. I know we've got tough dockets on these motions, but obviously this is very important. Make sure you let Miss Eileen know the nature of the case. Obviously, this is a very serious case. Not that they're not all serious, they are, but this is a very, very serious case, a homicide case.
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
The state has no objection to the continuance. We will be getting interviews transcribed, just if you'll bear that in mind for when you set the motion hearing.
Okay, so we'll continue this until 8/12 on both Adrian Watson and Benny Richardson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you. You have a good day.
Is Mr. Snow dismissed?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Durant. Mr. Niddle?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I'm here on Dexter Lane. Judge, there's a motion to suppress scheduled for Mr. Lane's co-defendant, set for June the 18th. And I don't believe...
When is it set for?
June the 8th, next week on the 18th.
Okay.
And that motion, depending on what happens with that motion, it will be...
Figure out where we're going.
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, I filed a motion to suppress as well, but it's basically on the same issues as what this...
So the motion to suppress is on a co-defendant?
Yeah, his co-defendant, Ms. Dudley represents his co-defendant. She's got it set for next week, and depending on the outcome of that, we'll determine what happens with
Your Honor,
this.
I'm so sorry, I don't think it's set for June 18th because I have looked through everything that was set in the afternoon.
What did you have the co-defendant's case number?
Ms. Dudley, I looked on the website yesterday, and it
Come on
was
up,
set for
Ms.
18.
Dudley, and straighten them out.
I believe Ms. Dudley was waiting on a video that.
She'll
I have-
explain, I'm sure she's on top
I
of it.
have some.
It's on the clerk's docket for June the 18th, that's all I can say. I looked at it yesterday.
The co-defendant is Derek Reed. The case number that he's co-defendant with Mr. Lane is 22 CF96.
Hold on just a second, there you go. What's the name again? I'm sorry.
Derek Reed.
Reed. Okay.
So
Is there a motion to,
there is motion to suppress filed. I filed it last time. I told the court I was waiting on a video. So I haven't set it for a hearing because I'm still waiting on that additional video. There's a motion to compel set for the 18th.
Oh.
That's what's set for the 18th.
so is there some reason why?
So,
Is there some,
I do
is there
have
some legal reason why you're not producing it, or is it?
Yet, Your Honor.
We hate to jump through motions like that if they're not necessary.
Your Honor, the officer whose video they're looking for no longer works for Fort Walton Beach PD. The video had been mislabeled and it has been archived by Axon. I have Fort Walton Beach PD working with Axon to try to retrieve the video. So we can leave it on the 18th. I will have a status update about that. We're working on
Are
getting.
you up to date on it? Is that news to you? You were aware of that?
Yes, sir.
I also...
I filed a motion based on the fact that when the officer did depot almost 2 years ago, she said it should have been labeled on these cases and we still don't have the video.
Okay.
I've also filed a motion to compel for that same video, Judge.
Okay. Has that been said?
No, I just filed it, I think May 31st.
Well, good. Let's put it on for the 18th.
That'll work for me.
Okay. Can we do it at the same time as that other hearing? Just do them together?
That's fine.
I mean, it's basically just gonna be an announcement. You're gonna update it. I mean, they're not fighting you from a legal standpoint. They're just.
No, it's just trying
It's a
to-
practical matter of actually getting possession of it.
That's correct.
And Ms. Sharp did provide me with
Hold
a
on,
video of the other officer.
Can you all
today.
put that on there?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll do 6/18.
Did you it's set for 9 o'clock.
I'm sorry?
I think it's set for 9 o'clock.
Okay.
It is.
And then just make sure, on both of these cases, let's go ahead and put them on the next pretrial docket as well, just so we
Yes, sir.
can kind of have it in queue. We'll continue both of those as well to 8/12.
Yes, sir.
All right, Judge, thank you, that's all I
Okay.
have.
Thank you.
Your Honor,
Mr. Swiatek, Mr. Weinstein, did you get your client?
no, cannot reach him. The number is disconnected.
State?
Your Honor, at this time, the state's requesting capias.
Court will issue a no bond capias.
Thank
Thank you, Mr. Weinstein. Hold on a second. Mr. Swiatek?
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Your Honor, the first case I've got is State versus Abraham Evans. Glenn Swiatek for Mr. Evans, 2022 CF 1454.
Okay, where are we at?
I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask for continuance. We got discovery on this case yesterday. I just glanced at it this morning, but couldn't play the audio, so.
Are you anticipating this is the last?
I would.
The reason why I'm asking this is
It's old.
It's an old case, and I appreciate the fact that you can't help the fact that it just got dropped on you, what did it say, yesterday? But I still want to try and do it. Can we come back on docket and just tell me, you'll have a chance to review, we can see where we're at with it.
And docket day is when, Judge?
Next week, 6/17.
I believe I can do that.
Okay.
Just double check.
Can the state do that? I mean, that'll give you an idea of kind of, is there more discovery?
What? Yes, Your Honor, we can do that, and that was just some discovery that when I was preparing for trial, making sure that everything that had been provided to the public defender that had previously represented him had been given to Mr. Swiatek. I realized that he did not have this, so that's why I sent it over when I immediately figured that out, so.
Okay, so you were doing it in preparation for trial this cycle?
Yes, Your Honor, but I understand he just got the video, so I'm not going to give Mr. Swiatek a hard time about trying this case this cycle if he just got videos, so.
Is there any possibility after you review what's going on that we can do it this cycle or not? I don't know. I'm not going to force you. You represent your clients with.
Yeah, I don't know. Plus, I've got a conflict on playing in Baltimore Symphony that week.
Which week?
Trial.
Last week in June?
Yeah.
That's some serious conflict there. Okay, we'll continue this till 8/12. Please make sure to get him all the stuff so you have a chance to review it so we can really. Can we go ahead and announce this will be the last continuance?
That's fine. Yes, sir.
Okay. If the clerk would make note of that. Okay.
Next is Christopher Goins, Glenn Swiatek for Mr. Goins in 22 CF 3123.
And this is an even older case. No,
Right.
it's not. It's not as old. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just got this case.
You just got this case?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Where, I appreciate it, not forcing you to trial this cycle, but where are we at with it? I mean, have you
I
had a
think
chance
I've
to
got-
evaluate it? I don't know.
I think I've got all the discovery. I'm sitting down with the client tomorrow afternoon to go over it all.
Okay. This is State, I mean, you've been on it longer than Mr. Swiatek, so, or you anticipate more discovery going on? I mean,
Your
I'm
Honor-
just I'm not holding you to it, I'm just trying to kind of get a sense for where we're at. We're
Ms. Basso did not.
closing in on 2 years.
Ms. Basso did not
Not
leave
your
me a
fault.
note about discovery. She normally would if there was something else that needed to be done. It's funny that he says he just got this, because literally the note from Ms. Basso says, Glenn just got on this. So, she said there was a motion to continue file, but she
So
wasn't
we'll continue
sure.
until 8:12. The only thing I ask, please get together with Ms. Basso. Give me an idea of where we're at next time. I'm not going to hold you that we'll absolutely go to trial, but
Yes, sir.
give us really what's going on with the case, okay?
Yes, sir, we will.
Okay.
Lastly, I've got David Kostecki, Glenn Swiatek for Mr. Kostecki in 24 CF 163. I believe the state filed null pros on Friday.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Court will note the null pros. Okay, thank you, Mr. Swiatek.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Garrett.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Your Honor, I have two clients on the docket today. There are waivers on file. The first is Brian Buchan, 23 CF 1078.
Okay.
We received an amended offer from the state this morning that I do anticipate Mr. Buchan will take. If we could leave him set for docket day for plea or continue, I anticipate a resolution.
Very good. We'll come back on 17th, plea continue.
And then next, Your Honor, I had Chris Garrett on behalf of DeMarco Clark, 22 CF 17.
Let me ask you this. If there's not a resolution, we're a year out, are we ready to go to trial? If not, might that be some encouragement for everybody to, one way or another?
Yeah,
Is the
Your
state
Honor.
ready? Are we ready on this?
Well, yes, Your Honor, as far as I'm concerned, we're ready for trial. I do have subs out just in case, so the state would be.
Okay, so let's just come back on docket day and we'll see where we're going. We're not gonna put a plea or continue. We're just gonna, hopefully it'll be a plea, but if y'all don't, you have a right to go to trial.
Absolutely,
Yes,
Your
Your
Honor.
Honor.
Okay. Clear trial on the 17th. And then, last, Your Honor, I have Chris Garrett on behalf of DeMarco Clark, 22 CF 1749. This is a failure to comply with PTI that I just learned about this morning when I checked the docket. I don't believe the state has any objection to a one-cycle continuance while we kind of figure out what's going on here.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll continue this till 8:12.
8:12. And I believe that's all I have, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
Have a good day.
You too.
Mr. Flowers.
Judge, good morning.
Good morning.
Judge, the first case I have is Seth Andrew Beavers. Judge, this is going to be a written plea to a misdemeanor. We're going to ask to give us a little time. He's out of state, so I don't know if we can have it done by the 17th.
It's going to be a written misdemeanor? What is?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we anticipate, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, that's the intent. If we need to explain more, we can, if we can approve.
No, I don't need an explanation at
Yeah,
this time. If that's what,
Judge,
it just gave me pause because of the
I understand,
charges,
Judge.
but I'm assuming you all will lay it out when there's an agreement.
We will. Judge, I'm asking that we could.
What do we want to do, a full cycle continuance, or just come back for docket day, or?
I don't know if we can do it by docket day, and he's out of state.
Right.
And so sending it back and forth for the signatures might be problematic from a time standpoint.
So let's just come back on the full cycle till the 12th, and you guys will have a resolution one way or another at that
Thank
point.
you. Thank you, Judge. The next
Sure.
case I have is Downey. Judge, we're asking this to be continued. He is in a treatment in the state of Mississippi facility, and I think the state agrees with that assessment.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Very good. We'll continue this till 8:12.
Judge, the next matter is Edge. Judge, we're asking that remain on docket day. We anticipate entering a plea that date.
Okay,
So it will
we'll come
not be a
back on the
trial.
17th for a plea.
Yes, sir. Next matter is Fournier. We have deposition set June 21st and are therefore asking for a continuance, and I don't believe the state has any disagreement with that.
There's no objection from the state, Your Honor.
Very good. It's a relatively recent case as well. We'll continue until 8:12.
Judge, the last matter is Carson Honeycutt. There has been deposition taken. It's not ready to go to trial. I think there's some reluctance on the part of the alleged victim. I think continuing it would be in everyone's best interest. I think the state probably agrees with that assessment.
That's correct, Your Honor, and we anticipate some amended discovery to be sent to the defense.
Okay, we'll continue this matter till 8:12.
Judge, that's all I have. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You have a good day. Mr. Madden.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Madden.
I've got two cases under your docket, Your Honor. First up, John Madden on behalf of Devontae Bryant, who is present and approaching. Your Honor, Mr. Bryant is going to be entering into a pretrial intervention agreement for a lesser included simple battery in his case. If I may approach.
You may. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So I think you need to give one to the
Probation.
to probation. And I'm going to give the other two to the clerk because I don't keep any. Okay. Very good. Okay. Thank you very much.
Last case I have, Your Honor, is Willie Carter. This is 24 CF 742. Judge, we just got a new offer from the state attorney's office this morning, so I'd like some time to discuss it with my client. We did have depositions set in this case for, I believe, next month, but with this new offer, we may be able to resolve the case before that. I would ask for a full continuance, though. I don't believe I'll be available on docket day, and I think we'll be able to get this case wrapped up even before the next time we come before you.
So we'll continue until 8:12, and if you need to, if you've got a plea agreement, you can try and get it on one of the miscellaneous days.
Yes, sir. I'll do it. That's
Thank
all I
you.
have, if I may be excused.
Thank you. Have a good day. Mr. Durrell.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning. May it please the court, Dustin Durrell. Your Honor, my first client today is Mr. Matthew Allshouse. Just spoke with the state this morning and got an amended offer. I need to discuss that with Mr. Allshouse. I guess we can leave him set for plea continue, see if he wants to accept that state's offer.
Okay. We'll come back on docket day 617 for a plea or continue.
Next is Mr. Stephen Abbott. His family did contact me. He is still in the hospital. He is conscious and ambulatory, so he is making good progress, but he is still hospitalized. Your Honor, I would ask for another continuance in this matter.
State.
Your Honor, there's no objection from the state.
Court will continue this till 8:12.
Next is Miss Catherine Booker. Your Honor, she recently has picked up additional charges. I still don't have discovery on those charges yet. I would ask to continue both of her cases so I can see what's going on with the new case, see if we can get a...
What's the new case?
It was a, I believe, let's see.
A possession of several different, I'm sorry, Your Honor, a possession of several different drugs.
I mean, is it in our court?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Yeah.
And I am working on getting the discovery to Mr.
Is she
Durrell.
in jail or not?
No, Your Honor.
She's not.
This was when we had a motion for bond in front of Your Honor and
That's
you
correct.
reinstated.
Gotcha. Okay, so do we need to run these two together?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So we'll continue this till 8:12. And then what's the other, do you have the other case number just to make sure we get them running together?
Your Honor, I did not write the new case number
State
down. I
have the new
apologize.
If you'll give me just a second, Your Honor, I didn't.
You'll have 24 CF?
902.
Okay.
902.
We'll run them together.
I will put that down. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Your Honor, next is Mr. Angel Castilla, 24 CF 91. Your Honor, requesting a continuance in this, I need to schedule depositions. I have received the discovery, I've reviewed all the videos. I just need to get the deposition set now.
Very good. Court will grant that to continue to 8:12. This is a relatively new case.
Next is Mr. Logan Curtis. I'd like to leave him set plea continue. I've spoken with the state. They're looking at a possible amended offer that I've suggested. See if we can get that done.
Very good. We'll continue this till docket day next week, 617 for a plea or continue.
And we've already addressed Mr. Watson. I believe that's all I have today, Your Honor.
All right, you have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Riasti.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Joseph Riasti with Cameron.
Eddie, E-D-D-Y.
Gotcha.
He has two cases before the court, 2023 CF 1420 and 1423. I've been in touch with Mr. Lasco to set depositions in this case. I've got all the discovery. I'm working on getting all of this discovery. And so I anticipate it potentially resolving in this next cycle. I'd asked for one cycle. I was appointed this cycle.
You just, it's a recent appointment,
Yes.
I realize that. State, okay, continue until 8/12.
There's no objection from the state, Your Honor.
You don't have to stand up today. I'll give you a full dispensation from standing.
That's all.
You do have to wheel up here, though, if we have a sidebar, but you don't have to stand up.
Ms. Jacobs is set for the August cycle already.
Thank
That's
you
all I
very
have before the court.
Thank you, appreciate it. Ms. Graham. I guess she's out, but we'll skip over Ms. Graham. You know when she's here. Is Mr. Stewart here?
Good morning.
We skipped over you, and I didn't see when you came back, so I'm sorry. I don't know if you've been waiting a while. Sorry.
Yes, sir. No worries. I was in front of Judge Brown. My apologies. May it please the court, Brad Stewart on behalf of Christopher Glenn, Judge.
Hold on just a second. Let me get yours. There you go. Sorry.
Yes, Your Honor. That is, for the record, case number 23 CF 1110. Your Honor, we're in the process of having a controlled substance independently tested. Our understanding is that the substance is at the new lab. We anticipate those results within the next 4 weeks, according to the lab. I do need to continue this matter, and I have one other deposition we are taking at the end, on the 19th of this month.
Did you anticipate this would be the last continuance? Assuming you get your reports and whatnot?
I suspect so, Your Honor.
State?
No objection.
We'll continue this till 8/12. Is that your only case there?
Judge, that's the only case I have on this docket.
Okay.
May I be
Thank you.
excused?
Have a nice day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Keach?
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
For the record, Jeremy Keach. First case on the docket would be State of Florida versus James Banks. This is a case from the sharp list, 22 CF 2776. May we approach, Your Honor?
Yes, hold on a second. Yes, come on.
Man, I got this. Let's roll.
Fight fire with fire, take one.
Have you been injured in an accident and need righteous representation? Call us. Because we fight fire. Damn thing ain't working.
Very good. Based upon conversation with counsel, the court will continue this matter until the next full cycle. Will continue until 8/12 at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor. And then also on your docket will be State of Florida versus Jessica Fickett, 22 CF 2574. This is Ms. Leone's case. And Judge, if we can move it to the August 8th pretrial, there should be a motion filed with the court prior to that date, and we'll set the motion for the...
August 12th pretrial?
I apologize, August 12th.
That's all right. I'm sorry, what did you say about that?
We anticipate a motion to suppress being filed based on the depositions that were conducted in between this court date and the last. I can schedule that with...
Has the motion been filed?
Not yet, Your Honor.
When do you anticipate it being filed? I'm just trying to, you don't come up in another 2 months. We're doing them every 2 months, so.
No, I'll have it filed well before the August 12th. I can have it filed before July.
Okay, so if you would file this month, but when you file it, go ahead and get it set.
Yes, sir.
You gotta go through my office, gotta have some coordination with that.
Yes, sir.
But we'll continue the matter until 8/12.
Thank you. And then those conclude my two cases. I'm also covering on behalf of Mr. Sanders.
Okay.
And he has one case on your docket.
Hold on just a second. Let me get it. Yes, okay. Kelly?
Brendan Kelly.
correct?
24 CF 858. His notes indicate that this is a first time up and he's seeking a continuance.
Yes, it is. We'll continue this till 8/12.
Thank you, Your Honor, that's all I have.
Okay. Ms. Gooden. Okay. We'll pass over, which gets who, okay. Who got here first? Before I sign. Okay, counsel?
Thank you, Your Honor. Susan Delmas on behalf of German Britain, 23 CF 1850.
Hold on, just a second. Okay. Go
Your
ahead.
Honor, we have a deposition set for July 12th, so I'm just asking for a continuance on this. I know it's a pretty old case. We've had depositions set in the past, but I got ill and I wasn't able to.
Do you anticipate these being the last depositions or the
I
last
believe so,
round?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay. We'll continue this state, okay?
Yes, Your Honor, that.
We'll continue this till until 8/12.
Thank you, Your Honor, that's all I have.
Thank you. Ms. Dudley? You didn't get on the list this morning.
I thought I was after Mr. Switek. I believe. Got open the list.
Oh, we skipped over you. I'm sorry.
You're fine, Your Honor. The first one I have is Malik Coward and 23 CF 2274. And Tyrese Davis and 23 CF 2273. They're co-defendants, Your Honor. I did go review the evidence. Some of the evidence was at DEA, and I'm still trying to figure out there's like a backpack that was on scene, but isn't in evidence. I do need to set depositions in this, so I'll ask for a continuance.
Okay.
On both of those
Obviously,
cases.
it's less than a year old state.
Your Honor, that, no objection from the state.
Okay. We'll continue both of these until 8/12. Did you get both those, Madam Clerk?
Yes.
Okay.
And the next case I have is John Elmore and 22 CF 2580. Mr. Elmore is a co-defendant to Ms. Fickett, who Mr. Keats just handled. We are working on a motion to suppress. I will get that filed in the next couple of weeks and get with your assistant to get it scheduled.
Okay.
As for a continuance.
If you'll, like I say, coordinate with
Yes,
our
sir.
office, I'd appreciate it.
The next one I have is Montrez Glover and 23 CF 2357. We did do some depositions, but during depositions, there's additional discovery that I do not have. I would ask for continuance in the next pretrial for that.
Are you waiting for some stuff from the state?
Yeah, so at depositions that came up there were cell phone downloads, some other items that they were trying to prove that my client had possession. I need to get those items and I can work on a motion, so.
The state, where's the state?
It's Mr. Lasco's case, he is aware. I'm gonna send him another, he told me to
So
put
he's
all of
working
them.
it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He is aware.
So we'll continue this until 8/12.
Your Honor, next one I have is Cornelius Lee in 21 CF 1406. Your Honor, this is the cold case that we've been working on. This is Ms. Sandler's case. She is looking into trying to get additional addresses for some of the witnesses because they're kind of spread out everywhere, so we ask for continuance in the next retrial.
Ms. Sandler, sure. Good, same?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, court will continue this till 8/12.
And I believe we already handled Mr. Reed's case and they're both set for the 18th, I believe.
Correct.
So I'll have you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Duff. Sorry for, I can't believe I skipped over. Okay. Who's up? Mr. Catalini? Whoever's, like whoever stands up first gets to, I don't know what order y'all came in, I'm sorry. Catalini, Mr. Catalini?
I appreciate it, Your Honor. The first case that I have, Your Honor, is Dalton David Kitsan, Kitzan, case number 23 CF 882. Your Honor, I filed a motion to suppress last week, and that was with Mr. Lasco.
So you filed the motion?
I filed it last week.
Have you scheduled it?
Your Honor, we're trying to schedule it. As of Friday, we haven't scheduled yet, but I'm supposed to find out today by 11 o'clock when it's supposed to happen because I'm asking for an hour, and the court team had a problem with that. We couldn't fit it in or something like that. To that
Well, it's
effect.
not the court team, it'd be Miss Eileen if you're doing a motion to suppress in the afternoon of a miscellaneous So it needs to be coordinated with us, not with the clerk. We schedule what we call longer motions. If it's just a plea or something, or a 5-minute bond hearing, they get automatically put on through the clerk's office on the morning of the miscellaneous. The afternoons are reserved for the longer, and those take more, they're more complicated scheduling. You gotta figure out how long they are and how many can we fit in an afternoon. So if you'll just get together with the state and call, Miss Eileen, I don't think is gonna be there today. So, this week, just try and get up in a phone call and she'll get you scheduled.
I'll get it done before 12 noon today, Judge.
Okay.
I'll make sure
You
that
may
happens.
not be able to reach her today. I think she had some,
Yes, sir. I tried earlier and I wasn't able to get
no,
anybody.
I don't think you're.
That's fine.
So that's what I'm saying, just get it done this week, she'll be around.
Your Honor, so therefore, can we get a continuance?
Yes. We'll continue to 8/12. Thank you for reminding me, we need to get it, make sure, keep it on the books.
Thank you, Judge. The next case that I have, Your Honor, is Christopher Kraft, C-R-A-F-T, case number 24, CF-768. Your Honor, it's a fairly new case. Discovery isn't completed.
Yeah, that is a new case. So we'll continue until 8/12. State okay with that?
Yes, Your Honor, no objection.
I think that's all you got, isn't it?
Your Honor, I'm covering one case for Miss Magdalena Cupras, and it's Jose Javier Armas Herrera. I think it's Herrera, H-E-R-R-E-R-A, case number 24 CF355. Your Honor, she's requesting a continuance. She's indicated.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
Your Honor, she's requesting a continuance. They're working on a plea deal. The state does not have an objection to a continuance at this time. It's a fairly new case.
It is. State,
That's correct, Your Honor. The state has no objection to a continuance.
court will continue until 8/12. That's all you got?
That's all.
Thank you, have a good day.
Thank you, Judge. You too.
Ms. Gooden, come on up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure.
I'm sorry I stepped out a minute ago.
No, it's all right. Everyone's trying to work their cases.
I have several on the docket.
Hold on a second, hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Chandler Allen, 23 CF 2676.
I do not have that on my docket. Chandler Allen?
Correct.
I don't have that. What's the case number, Ms. Gooden?
23 CF 2676.
2676?
Your Honor, I didn't have it on the docket either, but Ms. Good and I did speak about it, so I had it written down just in case it came up.
Right. I was going to ask for a continuance to the
Okay.
next.
Madam Clerk, is it on this document?
It appears on our docket.
Really? 23 CF 2676? Okay, Allen?
Correct.
Okay, well, whatever. As long as everybody's in agreement to continue it,
Yes, Your Honor, no objection.
we'll continue that matter until 8/12.
The next one I have is Elijah Bennett, B-E-N-N-E-T-T,
I've got that one.
24 CF 600. There's been some speculation back and forth whether this is going to Judge Brown or whether it's going to stay with you because there's a co-defendant. I'm trying to resolve it with a plea, so either way it'll resolve here or resolve there.
Okay, so for today,
I'm asking for a continuance to the August docket.
okay, stays okay with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will continue until 8/12.
The next one I have is Arnold, Jacob Arnold, 23
Okay.
CF 2030. We did get the stuff back from FDLE. I need to negotiate with the state for a plea resolution, and that'll resolve by next docket. The pretrial conference, please.
Okay. So are we announcing this is the last continuance?
It will be.
Okay, so we'll continue until 8/12.
The next one.
Ask the clerk to make a note of that.
The next one I have is Bruce Clark, 24 CF 812. There was some speculation as to whether it was a third or second DUI. We're in.
I don't have Bruce Clark either. I don't know why I don't have your cases, miss. What is?
24 CF 812.
Okay.
I was going to ask for a continuance so that we can do a resolution. It's going to be a plea.
Do we need, are we continuing it all the way till 8/12 or just
Yes,
till
Your
docket
Honor.
day?
He lives out of state.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
So it was already previously continued, but it's on, doesn't matter, we're all on the same page, 8/12 at 9 a.m.
The next one I have is Louis D. Leon Jr., 23 CF 2128. I anticipate a plea. We just got the stuff back from FDLE, and we need to negotiate with the state so that we can resolve it. If we may, put
You
it on
need
the
a full
8th.
cycle?
Full cycle, and then if we want to bring it in early, we can.
You've got no objection from the state.
This will be the last continuance?
Yes, it's going
Court
to
will
resolve.
continue until 8/12 and announce the last continuance and ask the clerk to make note of it.
And Taylor Copeland is the last one I have on the docket, 23 CF 1142. We had depots scheduled on the 29th, but I had to have surgery on the 29th, so I had to cancel them, and we
Okay.
need to reschedule the depots.
So we need a full cycle.
Correct.
We'll continue until 8/12. Ms.
And-
Gooden, I also have Frederick Brown.
Your Honor, Frederick Brown is come back from a PTI. It was my understanding that there was only the certificate that was outstanding. I filed it, but the state said there were other things. So I would ask for a full continuance on that so that I can find out what it was, because to my knowledge, he did everything else.
Steve?
Your Honor, yes, this is back on the docket. He did not complete his PTI. So yes, there is some work to now be done if we can get a continuance, and I will give her the information that I got from Pretrial Services, or from DOC of the PTI officer.
So we'll continue that, which is Frederick Brown, 23 CF 1523 until 8/12.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I think that's all. Thank you. Mr. Noakes? You too. Good morning, Mr. Noakes.
Good morning, Your Honor. First case I've got is Desmond Bankston. Mr. Bankston is present. Judge, I'd ask for just another continuance. We have just recently been able to take the deposition of the alleged victim in this case and one of the officers. I've asked Mr. Bankston to set an appointment in person to come to my office for him and I to watch a video the state's provided, but it needs to be continued, Your Honor.
State,
The state has no objection, Your Honor.
do we anticipate that these are both the cases are over a year old? Do you anticipate this being the last continuance?
Judge, I was not appointed until January 12th, so that's part of it.
Okay, well, still the same question. How are we, I mean, I won't hold you to it if it's not, because with that information. We'll just see where we're at.
Yes, sir.
So just when you come back on the 12th, let me know where we're at.
Yes, sir.
Get a little better definitive.
Thank you, Judge. Good to go. Call my officer, set an appointment. Judge, I then have Andrew Cooper. Judge, he called my office this morning, was having transportation problems. I had anticipated asking for a continuance. He has a video that he was in my office trying to email it to me weeks ago. It never came through, but I watched the video. It's something that needs to be given to the state. I just haven't figured out technically how I'm going to be able to get him to get it to me. It's crazy. He tried a number of times to email it to my office, to email it to me, to text it to me.
Get a teenager to help you out. You need to hire a teenage
I
tech
guess
expert.
I need to find a teenager.
That's
Maybe-
right.
Maybe about a 14-year-old, probably could handle it in a
That's it.
heartbeat.
I'm sure. Okay, so we'll continue. We did have an announcement last time, this is the last continuance, but this looks like you got new information coming in.
I've watched the video, Judge. I think it is exculpatory, and the
Well,
state needs to see it.
If you're making that representation of the court, then court trusts that. We'll continue until 8/12 and see where we're at with it at this next point.
Judge, the next case I have is Brooke Davis, and she is present. May I approach?
You may. Thank you. We would you announce the plea?
Yes, sir. So, on Ms. Davis, Judge, it's case number 23 CF 757. Judge, the state's going to dismiss count 1, which is the felony charge, in exchange for a plea to count 2 with the understanding she'd be adjudicated guilty and be given credit for time served, $150 court-appointed legal assistance fee. There'd be misdemeanor court cost of whatever those are. I didn't know.
What is that, Madam Clerk? 270.
Judge, we're asking that she be allowed a year to pay the dollars and cents. She believes she can have them paid off within 6 months, but I said, look, we'll ask for a year, just get them paid.
Very good. State?
Yes, Your Honor, that was the state's agreement.
Ms. Davis, would you raise your right hand? I just need to ask you a few questions. Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So you heard your attorney state the terms of the plea agreement, pretty straightforward. It's in, you can put your hand down. And you've got your written plea agreement that I see you've signed. So I just want to make sure you've gone over this with your attorney in detail and make sure you had all your legal questions answered.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you believe this is in your best interest to do this. You understand this will be a final resolution of your case.
Yes, sir.
You're waiving the right to go to a trial. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, based upon that testimony, the court will accept your plea, and the state will be dismissing count 1 as a part of the plea agreement, and the count 2, you'll be sentenced. It's actually a guilty plea, and you'll be sentenced to credit for time served. Okay, so the court costs and the legal assistant, the court-appointed legal assistance fee, the $150 and $270, you'll have 1 year to pay for it. And it's important you pay it during that year so you don't get, you'll come after your driver's license if you don't. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, the next case I have is Alicia Dean, 22 CF 2547. Judge, the state had offered us a reduced sentence in exchange for a plea. Ms. Dean tells me today that she does not want to accept the state's offer. Judge, I would ask to put it on, I can't do docket day. I'm leaving Wednesday and I don't get back to where I'm able to be in the, I fly on Monday, the 17th, but I'll be back in the office the 18th. Is there a date after that that I can have a docket day?
There's, what are we anticipating at this point? Are we, in other words, are we ramping it up to go to a trial this cycle?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, if both of you all are in agreement, then why don't we, we'll just come back for jury review on the 20th. Okay? So that'll allow you to.
Yes, sir. I do have court in Crestview that morning at 9, but I can come after that.
Sure. Just. And how long do you anticipate the trial? Just a one-day trial?
Your Honor, I would love to tell you I could get it all done in one day. I'm unsure about that, so just to be safe, I would say 2.
Okay.
I already know one of my witnesses' availability, so we'll deal with this at jury review, but I think I might have to take the end of the second week, or the end of the first week. So, but we'll deal with that at jury review, Your Honor.
Okay.
Just let Mr.
We'll
Noakes
see
know.
where we're at.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll come back on June 20th, and understanding that you're gonna, you know, it'll be an all-morning docket, so as long as you get in.
Yes, sir.
So it starts at 9.
Be here June 20th. Judge, the next case I have is Joseph Evans. Judge, I was appointed to him on April 12th, but I've not had contact with him as of yet. I was just going to leave it set for a day, not docket day, obviously, but whatever day I can get for a docket day after that to try to get it resolved, get a state's offer from them.
Did you say you were going to be available on June 18th?
Judge, I will be available on June 18th, yes, sir.
How bad are we in the morning? Okay, we can do that. So we'll come back on June 18th, hopefully for plea or figure out at least where we're going with it as far as going for trial and whatnot.
Judge, this is a new case for me. I know it's an old case for the docket, but I was just appointed on April 12th.
Right, I got you.
Okay.
So we'll, certainly, that'll be front and center.
Judge Keith Golden, if I could put him, I know you're gonna probably be mad at me, but if I could put him on the 18th, that'll give me a chance to try to.
I hope wherever you're going on the 17th, you're having a good
17th,
vacation. Don't tell me.
I'll be flying through big airports, Judge, that's all I know. I'll be in the air, I guess. But I'll be recovering from the trip, I'm sure.
Okay, well, that's, you're supposed to go back and be relaxed on the trip, and just come back and not be worn out and come back and recover from it.
Depends upon how some things go out there, you know?
Okay, so do you anticipate a resolution, or were you talking about preparing,
No,
possibly
I
going
expect a
for a trial?
resolution, Judge.
Okay. Come back June 18th for plea. And again, that'll be at 9 o'clock, but you've got it.
Judge, the next case I have is Jeremy Hargis.
Can you leave that on, I wonder if we can leave it on the 18th?
Judge, I think we're gonna resolve it if we could put it on the 18th.
Okay.
Judge, the next case I have is Eddie Hudson. I was just appointed on April 11th, so I was gonna ask for a full continuance.
This is a new case. We'll continue until the 12th of next month. Of August, excuse me.
Yeah, August 18th, right? I'm sorry, August 12th.
August 12th, yes.
Judge Karen Heiler, I was gonna ask for a continuance also to August 12th. The state and I have done, we believe, all of the depositions, but I think we both are trying to come up with some resolution that will work for everybody.
Are we announcing a last? Looks like this
Judge.
case is over a year old, so, it's
Yeah.
actually 2 years old.
Judge, I could say last continuance, it needs to be resolved.
Very good. We'll continue until 8/12 and announce last continuance and ask that it be in the clerk minutes.
Your Honor, so on the older case, yes, the state will announce last continuance, and that would be the case that if it's not
Oh, I'm
resolved.
sorry, I didn't realize that there was 2 cases.
I just want to make that clear.
No,
So
thank you.
If it's not resolved, the state will take the 22 CF case to trial in August.
Sure.
Okay.
Judge, then the last case I've got under my name is Mario Lee. Judge, I believe some of the co-defendants' cases were continued earlier.
Hold on a second. Which case were you getting ready for trial? Which number?
On Karen
22.
Hyler, Your Honor?
Yeah.
If you'll give me just a second to flip back. The 22 CF 58, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
Mario Lee, I believe he's.
Correct.
Judge, there's several other people involved. The state had asked me to, it was too much information to go through the cloud to get to me. So I gave them a terabyte flash drive, and she still needs to get the information onto the terabyte flash drive so I can have all the discovery, but I believe you've already continued the co-defendants.
And you know how to utilize the terabyte then?
I don't. I'm hoping she knows.
You were using that term like you knew what you were talking
Well,
about.
I remember that because I remember I went and bought the biggest flash drive.
Terabyte is actually the amount, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Amount of space. Okay.
So,
Yes, Your Honor, I have his flash drive and I have the information from the server to my computer. It just needs to be transferred to the flash drive, so when I see Mr. Nopes on Wednesday, he will have the flash drive.
Are we anticipating there's gonna be depositions, additional discovery? I'm not gonna hold you
think
to
this-
it, because he's gotta look at the
I
information.
think this is it, Your Honor.
Because we've been out for a while, it's a year and a half old case.
That was on Roselle Payton. Yeah.
So do you anticipate this being the last continuance?
Your Honor, I think I'm comfortable saying this would be the last continuance.
Okay. Court will continue this matter till 8/12, and note that it will be the last continuance, and ask the clerk put it on the minutes.
Judge, I got a text message, actually I got a phone call from James Owens, and then I said, I'm in court, and what do you need? He says he's got Victor Stanton, which is a co-defendant with someone that Dustin Durrell represents. And he believes that Dustin's case is going to go to trial first. He said the state probably wants to continue Mr. Stanton, and I guess there were other co-defendant counsel, Rudy Harper and Patrice Cashwell. He also tells me, just literally texts me, that Mr. Stanton is in jail in Baldwin County, Alabama on new charges, and you have already revoked his bond, I guess, that he had posted over here, so I don't know.
State, you know,
Those are Mr. Stanton and Mr. Snowden, Mr. Harper's client. Those are both co-defendants of Benny Richardson and Adrian Watson that we discussed earlier. Ms. Cashwell and Mr. Durrell have not been able to talk to Mr. Owens yet about the motion to suppress that Mr. Durrell just filed on Friday. So there's an outstanding motion to suppress in that case.
so is the state okay with continuing it?
Yes, sir.
Obviously. We'll continue until 8/12, and then just, if you can pass on to Mr. Owens that Mr. Durrell has filed a motion to suppress to coordinate with, I don't want to say co-counsel, not co-counsel, but co-defendants counsel to figure out where to go with it.
Absolutely.
Anything else on that needs to be passed on?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Adrian Watson.
Mr. Powell, you want to?
Morning, Judge.
Go.
First matter I have is Brandon Lanu.
Okay.
Judge, the state and I have depositions scheduled that we're finalizing between July 10th and July 12th. Michael Griffith has a co-defendant in this matter, but we've got what I believe to be the last round, if not very close to the last round of depositions scheduled for July. So asking for your August 12th pretrial date.
State?
No objection, Your Honor.
Does the state believe this will be the last round of depositions also?
I do, Your Honor, and I think Mr. Lanu will be coming in for a landing next cycle.
Very good. We'll continue this till 8/12 and 9 a.m.
Thank you, Judge. I'm covering Juan Carlos Bautista. There's 2 cases on the docket.
Got those.
And similar situation, we have the last round.
22 CF 1075 and 22 CF 1076. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Thank you, sorry. Last round of depositions, believe we'll have the date finalized this week. We are looking at a July date.
Are you ready to announce last at this point, or?
I'm optimistic.
What I would ask is this, because of the time, I know there's, not insignificant case, but I would just ask that on the 12th, you guys give me a definitive, here's where we're at, here's what we gotta get done.
Very good.
So we can figure out what we're doing. I'm not holding you that we're absolutely go to trial, but I want a clear direction rather than, we're still
Right.
moving forward.
It's time to bring it in for a landing. one
Time
way or
to
the
bring
other.
it in, thank you, well said. I think that's all you got.
Judge, I also had, it's on the docket under Tangi Carter as the attorney.
Okay,
And
hold on.
the defendant's name is Justin Busby.
Okay, got it?
And These depositions are scheduled for July 22nd. They're actually being held in Mississippi, so it's taken a little bit of time to get them logistic-wise scheduled, but they are scheduled, and I'm asking for the August 12th date.
State?
This is based on this case.
Oh, sorry. What was the name? Your Honor, Miss Basso was expecting a continuance. She did say that depositions are set on September 19th, and she was expecting this to go to August, Your Honor. She would like for it to be left in August just to keep eyes on where things are going.
Okay, so we'll continue this matter until 8/12.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have this morning.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Counsel?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Dustin Harsher for the record.
I have Jalen Driver.
Hold on a second.
It's fine.
What's your defendant's name?
Jalen K. Driver.
Okay.
This case number 23 CF 499. Your Honor, we just received the order back on the motion to suppress. I'd ask for a continuance. I do believe I'm going to be following follow-up motions to that order.
State?
Your Honor, it's correct. We did just receive an order on the motion to suppress. Mr. Harsher stating there's more motions that he's going to file, so he'll get those filed soon, then we can get them set, hopefully before the next cycle. I don't know if we'll be able to hear them, but at least we can have them set. I think that'd be ideal.
Okay. Why are we so deep into this?
Your Honor, I was retained on the case
a year and a half
little
into
late.
it. Are you new to the case? Is that what?
I was relatively new to the case when I got on, Your Honor. Depositions had
I'm
already
just
been
wondering
taken.
whether, based on the charge, it doesn't seem like it would be as complicated to be.
I understand, Your Honor. It's the fleeing and eluding, you would expect that, but with this one, it's they're a little bit more detailed to it.
Got some twists and turns anyhow, unexpected.
Just a few.
Okay, very good. So we'll continue until August 12th.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm also covering a case for Tony Henderson.
Okay.
Defendant's name is Christopher Gardner.
Yeah, hold on just a second, let me find that. Okay.
And I was going to see if the state would stipulate this, leaving this set on docket day for a plea or continuance. I briefly spoke with Mr. Losco on Friday about this case, Your Honor. I have not been able to discuss with Mr. Henderson about what he wants to do with the plea offer that's been extended by the state. So I'd ask that we set it for plea or continuance, and if it doesn't get worked out then, I believe that it'll be, depositions have been taken, it'll be ready to be brought in for a landing as well.
Was it ready for trial? Is it plea or continuance or plea or trial?
I would ask for plea or continuance, Your Honor, because the only thing that I would
We're a year and
suppose
a
that
half
Mr. Henderson
into it
would
on
want.
on a burglary and a grand larceny case. Again, you have to look.
I'm just asking for plea or continuance in an abundance of caution, since neither Mr. Losco or Mr. Henderson's here. I think it could easily be resolved, but if not, it quite reasonably
Okay,
could
we'll
be
just
set
deal
for
with it on
trial.
docket day. I'll see where we're at.
Is that on the 16th, Your Honor?
16th, correct. 9 a.m. It's always hard to be put on the spot when you don't have all the information, so.
I had all that time to sit there and think about a resolution, but that's the best I could come up with, Judge. Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you. Have a good day. Okay. Any other private counsel? You want to do one of your...
Interpreter, Your Honor?
Let's do it.
Thank you, Your Honor. It's, my Spanish-speaking client was Benitez Oliva. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I will find the docket number.
Give me just a second here.
Teresa, do you happen to know the docket number? Okay. Your Honor, has the court, excuse me, has the translator
Is that
already-
Oliva?
Benitez Oliva.
That's the last name?
Yes, it's two
hold on.
surnames, Your Honor. It's under Benitez, number 252.
I got it. Would the clerk please swear in the interpreter?
Do you agree to accurately translate from English to Spanish and Spanish to English the matters brought before the court? I do. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Medina, where are we at with this case?
Your Honor, we have an agreement. It's for misdemeanors, and I'm going to approach state as signing it. There was one word that I used an abbreviation, and I've given the court the version that has the word NVDL with the full name.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. May I just resort my pages, Judge? This is for you, okay? May I approach you? Thank you.
Thank you.
And this is going to be with JCS supervision. Do we have a card? Your Honor, under the terms of the agreement, Gerson, Adonai, Benitez, Oliva will be changing his plea to no contest in 24 CF 408 in exchange for agreement for a withhold of adjudication to a lesser included offense misdemeanor attaching invalid registrations, second degree misdemeanor, the statutory reference is given, and that would be on count 1. And then count 2 is as charged, and that was already a second degree misdemeanor, no valid driver's license. There will be 6 months concurrent probation supervised by JCS. He will have to show proof of valid driver's license or eligibility to the extent allowed by law. I do not think he will be able to get a driver's license until and unless he becomes a naturalized citizen, but Florida law could change on that. But right now, we've written it up to where he would have to take care of his fines and any other monetary obligations to the extent he can become eligible. That will be up to Florida law. And there will be $270 court costs, $150 public defender fees, Your Honor.
State.
That is the state's agreement, Your Honor.
Okay. Senor Benitez, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand in. So, you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement. And I see those same terms are contained in the written plea agreement. Has your attorney explained to you in detail the terms of your plea agreement?
Yes.
And you understand, importantly, by entering into this plea agreement here today, you're waiving the right to contest these charges, and you're basically entering something similar to a guilty plea on these 2 misdemeanor charges.
Yeah.
So the 2 charges are the attaching an invalid registration and then no valid driver's license.
Yes.
And you'll be adjudicated guilty on both of these charges?
No, Your Honor, it's a withhold.
It's a withhold, excuse me, it's a withhold. Gotcha. Thank you. the withhold of adjudication, and you're sentenced to 6 months probation for each one of them, but they'll be done at the same time. And you got the fees and costs that have to be paid while you're on probation.
Okay.
Sir?
Just for the record, I have not provided any immigration advice. Obviously, this is being pled out in a way where it's not the most serious charges, but I still can't tell him that he's not subject to deportation. So technically, whenever you plead out a criminal case, you're subject to deportation. I can't give any other advice other than that warning.
Do you understand what your attorney said?
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you feel like you understand what you're doing here today? And is this what you want to do?
Yes.
Do you have any other questions that you need to have answered by your attorney before we accept this plea?
No, everything is good.
Okay. So based upon that, the court will accept the plea. There'll be a withhold of adjudication on both counts. And the court will sentence you to 6 months probation for each of the 2 counts. They'll be done concurrent at the same time. Plus the fees and costs that are contained in here that have to be paid. Any questions? Okay, stay in good contact with your probation officer on the card.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
That's all right.
I know that JCS does a lot of online stuff today, these days, but I don't know how accessible that is for Spanish speakers. So I'm telling him he has to begin his probation today. He should report in person at Judicial Correction Services and then go from there. Make sure he starts his probation today.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, as far as translation devices.
Okay, yes, sir. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay. So do you have another case? Okay, let's do the translation and we'll get that done, and then we'll take a short break here this morning. What's the case number, Ms. Farkas?
2023 CF 1809.
Name?
Israelin Del Rosario Hermosen.
Hold on.
I think it's under D, Del Rosario.
Okay.
We've reached a plea agreement, if I could approach with it, Your Honor.
You may. Thank you. Would you announce the plea?
Yes, Your Honor. Count 1 will be reduced to the lesser included offense of possession of paraphernalia, a misdemeanor. Mr. Del Rosario will plead no contest to a withhold of adjudication to possession of paraphernalia, 12 months JCS misdemeanor probation, which will be consecutive to count 2, which we'll get to in a minute. $270 in court costs, $150 public defender fee, 24 hours community service, maintain employment or submit 2 applications per week, and no firearms during the term of supervision. Count 2 is the no valid driver's license. Mr. Del Rosario will accept a withhold of adjudication to that no valid driver's license charge, 6 months JCS probation consecutive to count 1, $270 in court costs, maintain employment, and no possession of firearms. So it's a total of 18 months supervision as the 2 are running consecutive to each other.
Your Honor, that was the state's agreement.
This isn't written up right.
Okay.
doesn't reflect what you said. Here, look at it closely. It's messing up count 1 and count 2, the first one particularly. It said count 2, lesser included. The lesser included is count 1.
Yes. Yes, Your Honor, the count 1 is the lesser included possession of paraphernalia, a withhold and 12 months misdemeanor probation.
Okay, let me look at it. When
Okay.
you were reading it, it didn't.
Okay, I apologize. I added the charge, and here the charge is also listed. I can rewrite it if that'd be easier.
Okay.
I'd be happy to retype it.
No, yeah. I see what you're saying.
Thank you.
It's not clear, but I don't think it's gonna help us to really redo it. So, is the state in agreement?
Your Honor, that was the state's agreement, was 18 months total probation.
Mr. Del Rosario, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So, you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement, and those same terms are in the written plea agreement that you've signed. I just want to make sure you've gone over it with your attorney and made sure that you had all your legal questions answered, because it does have a legal effect on you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And have you had all your legal questions answered regarding this plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you understand that by entering this plea agreement, you're waiving the right to go to a trial, and this will be a final resolution of your case.
Yes, sir.
And you believe that's in your best interest?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you understand that by entering this, there's slightly different from your original charges. Your original charges were possession of a controlled substance, which is a felony, and no valid driver's license. But what you're pleading to is possession of paraphernalia instead of possession of a controlled substance, and also no valid driver's license. You'll be getting probation on both of those. One, the possession of paraphernalia would be 12 months misdemeanor probation, and the other is 6 months. And these are consecutive, not concurrent, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Consecutive.
Yes.
So they're on top of one another. So there's 12 months plus 6 months. So it's a total of 18 months probation. Okay?
Yes.
And as you may have heard, the previous defendant who was in similar situations, we don't know whether this will have any impact on immigration status. We just have to tell you that. These are not the most serious charges. If it was a very serious charge, they almost always deport. I don't know what they'll do with these, but we're not promising you, hey, you're not going to have to deal with that. Do you understand that? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any other questions of your attorney regarding this plea agreement?
No.
Okay. So based upon that, your testimony, the court will accept your plea agreement, and there'll be a withhold of adjudication as to both counts. Count 1 will be the lesser included possession of paraphernalia, and you're sentenced to 12 months misdemeanor probation, plus you got court costs and public defender's fees, 24 hours of community service, maintain employment, no firearms. Count 2 will be a withhold of adjudication, 6 months misdemeanor probation, and it'll be added to, consecutive to, added to count one. Again, court costs. Now, let me ask you this. Is there 270 in court costs for both counts, each count, or both total?
My understanding, oh, I'm sorry.
Now, I'm asking you, but I'm also asking them.
It'll be 300 total since it's criminal traffic.
What did she say?
It'll be 300 total since it's criminal traffic.
So it's not 270 for each. Okay, so the only change that you saw is the total court cost, did you say 310 or 300? 300 total court costs, plus $150 public defender fee. Those have to be paid while you're on probation. Okay, any questions? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Weinstock, do we have something going on? Did you find your client?
I was called by the girlfriend.
Come. Can't hear
Your
you.
Honor, I was back at the office. I was called by the girlfriend, said he was on his way here. He should be here by now. I just want to call him.
Okay, so if he comes, wave at me and we'll bring him up and deal with it. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, let's take a brief, maybe a 10-minute break.